Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, a small law firm in beautiful central Minnesota. As you can see, I am back home, but I had to record this video. I had to get it out there because today, news in the YouTube drama realm, the legal drama realm, everything that everybody wants to hear about is popping off. And in particular, this is hitting LawTube, of which I am not a member, but I may be the Pope. That being said, this is between Christopher Ellis Bouzy, the owner and creator of BotSentinel and bankruptcies, as well, or along with Nate the lawyer, my man Nate Brody, former New York cop, former New York prosecutor, now YouTuber, also former lecturer at law schools, now a YouTuber, smart guy, funny guy who I like to hang out with. Christopher Bouzy has been saying some things lately about various members of LawTube. He is still ass mad over the ass kicking that Amber Heard got in court, especially after Christopher Bouzy worked really hard to compile, I don't know, some sort of data that no one cared about tweets regarding Amber Heard. He's also done similar things for tweets about Meghan Markle, and he is on a tear to stop online bullying and harassment, although he only seems to care about particular people that other people have every right to comment about, particularly public figures involved in very public activities like Meghan Markle and Amber Heard. Specifically, it kind of looks like there's money involved. I know that BotSentinel was hired by Amber Heard's PR or legal team at some point in the future. Their present relationship remains unclear. Bouzy is probably just trying to grift off of the last vestiges of Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard that he can, because he's worried about going back to bankruptcy or something similar. I'm not sure. But he started making allegations about some of the lawyer YouTubers that you have heard of. And most importantly, because he appears to be a raging racist, he is picking on Nate the lawyer. Now, Nate is a very sharp guy, and I'm certainly not too concerned for whatever Bouzy may be trying to do to him. But Bouzy might want to be concerned because it kind of looks now like Nate is going to sue Christopher Bouzy for defamation in New Jersey. And this is extra funny. This is what makes the spice. We'll get to that in just a second as to why that's a good choice of venue for it, why all of this looks to be the right moves in those directions. But before we get to the defamation, we've got to talk about the other problem that Bouzy has now. See, what Bouzy did is he kicked a hornet's nest of professional investigators, arguers, and storytellers, and that would be lawyers who are also on YouTube, many of them with significant litigation and research experience, and they've all kind of started combing through this guy's sordid past. And in doing so, Nate noticed some things, and other people have noticed some things that have been a little problematic in Bouzy's bankruptcy filing. You see, when you file for bankruptcy, you have to tell the government the truth, and you have to tell the government the truth about a lot of different things, and Bouzy may not have done so. Now, I don't know. I'm just a humble shit stirrer on YouTube, so don't take my word for it. But take Nate's. Nate is out here talking about how he has already contacted the bankruptcy trustee. Now, who's the bankruptcy trustee, you might add? Well, a bankruptcy trustee is someone who gets appointed in a bankruptcy to manage the estate, the bankruptcy estate, whatever that may be. If you own a whole bunch of stuff, like a bunch of boats and cool, awesome stuff, and you file bankruptcy, in some states, depending on the exemptions, you may have to liquidate that property, put it into a bank account, and distribute money on a schedule out to some of the creditors that you owe money to. Now, you typically can't trust the person who has not been paying up to this point to go ahead and make those payments. So what you do, or what the court does, is they appoint a bankruptcy trustee. They manage all of this stuff. They manage the sale of assets, and the distribution of the proceeds of those assets along the schedule that the court sets. Now, in a lot of bankruptcies, in particular Chapter 7 bankruptcies like Bouzy's, there's not a sufficient amount of assets to even make a dent in the bankruptcy or in the credit that is out there. And so a lot of the unsecured credit will be discharged completely. You won't owe anything. Now, Bouzy managed to rack up about $200,000 in unsecured credit. A couple of those things were rent that he just decided not to pay, I guess, and then the rest of that being personal loans and credit cards and stuff like that. So he's got this stuff going on. But it seems like Bouzy may have failed to disclose business interests and business property that he owned in regards to BotSentinel and maybe as many as 2 other businesses. I'm not familiar on the exact details. I'll try and get some updates for that for one of the live shows because that seems like live show material to me. But that being said, he contacted the bankruptcy trustee to let them know about this, and they seem to be pretty interested in following up, and there is more of that bankruptcy action coming. I'll be following along because the law because of the laughs, mostly. See, Bouzy is engaged in a dumb activity of shit-slinging online when you've got skeletons in your closet. It's not the best move, but I'm not going to stop him. I'm going to just laugh at him and, oh my God, the sun! I'm melting. Holy crap. Okay, we'll have to wrap this video up pretty soon. Let's get to the most important part, the defamation, because this is where the juice is going to be. Look, if the bankruptcy trustee wants to reopen the bankruptcy, what can happen? Really quickly, they can cancel the Chapter 7 bankruptcy, potentially reinstate a debt schedule to the creditor, and move them to Chapter 13 bankruptcy. Chapter 13 bankruptcy would actually aggregate the debts and set up a payment plan where that debt would be looming over Christopher Bouzy for a significant amount of time. The creditors would be able to claim that debt, like I said, on a schedule set up by the court. If they don't do Chapter 7 or Chapter 13, they may just determine that that Bouzy himself is not qualified for bankruptcy at all, terminate the bankruptcy entirely, and allow the creditors to pursue an action against him, which would include civil litigation to try and recover those funds through the courts in more conventional means than through a bankruptcy estate. And that could be very costly, very annoying, and really screw with his life for quite some time. Not the best move to lie about your bankruptcy, even though people do it with some regularity. That being said, the defamation, which I promised, sorry, ADD, going back and forth. The defamation that Nate Brody may be suing Christopher Bouzy over is in regards to Bouzy's investigations into the lawyers on lawtube. Again, not a member of lawtube, so I'm exempt from all of this. But that being said, he investigated Nate in some way. He couldn't even find Nate's law license and his lawyer registration because this guy is just a catastrophic moron. But he couldn't find Nate's law license, but he's purporting to investigate him, and he has been going through Nate's videos and stuff like that, and he made some very, very serious allegations of very illegal activity based on something Nate had said. He said that Nate Brody planted evidence as a New York cop and then was aware of planted evidence as a prosecutor and failed to act in the order of justice in regards to it. Now, I'm not sure the exact context of whatever quotes that he has pulled, but what I do know is that Christopher Bouzy and BotSentinel have absolutely no qualms about stitching together strings and fragments of phrases over the course of a 6-hour live stream, as they did with that umbrella guy, to make up quotes that don't exist, to change the context, and to cast people in a false or bad light. A false light may be another, might be another angle that Nate Brody will take. We'll see. It kind of runs alongside defamation, and sometimes is filed along with defamation as like, well, maybe it wasn't a lie or whatever, but maybe they're doing this maybe there's some truth to what they said, but they're doing it in a specific way to try and make the truthful statements into a lying statement, etc., etc., etc. We'll have to see what avenue they take. It should be juicy. Whatever it is, it should be juicy, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. The worst part, the bad news for Bouzy is this. Let me tell you. New Jersey doesn't have an anti-slap statute, which means if Nate sues Bouzy in New Jersey, which appears to be the plan, Bouzy will actually have to go fight it, which means Bouzy will actually have to appear in court, which means Bouzy will actually have to be deposed, which means probably a disaster for Christopher Bouzy, his shady business, his alleged crypto fraud, and all of the stuff that's out there. Guess what comes right in? Because truthfulness is really critical to lawsuits, and if you have a character for untruthfulness that can be demonstrated through various allegations of fraud, through anything that you might say in deposition that would impact your ability to be truthful, your credibility on the witness stand goes down. Everything starts to go bad for you. I mean, look at Amber Heard and what happened to her when people started to assess her credibility. It is a mess. It is a mess. And Bouzy seems to have stepped in it, bumbling backwards into his own idiocy. He will apparently be facing off with Nate the lawyer. I will be trying to cover as much of this as I can as it develops to keep you guys posted, but I want to do this quick, 12 minutes almost, this quick video today to kind of get the ball rolling and to let you guys know what's going on. This should be a gas for a long time to come if it actually happens, so stay tuned. Also, support my man Nate. I'll tag him in the description of this video so you can check out his YouTube channel. You can check out his videos. Really smart guy, really funny guy with sharp legal analysis and a whole lot of humor to boot. And we'll see what happens pretty soon. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me today. You can catch my live streams every weeknight, just about, on YouTube, Rumble, and Odyssey, starting at 11 p.m. Central. Come check it out. The jokes are spicier, the drinks are flowier, and the fun is havingener. I don't even know what to say. All right, catch you guys later. Peace. Peace.